I'm Nixie, and today we're going to be looking at a random selection of capsules. And I know we've been looking at a lot of capsules recently, but bear with me, once we get to March I'm going to have a bit more free time and we're going to start crafting more, promise. So let's start off with this Series 1 Make It Mini Lifestyle. And I've not actually opened any of these yet, so whatever we get, definitely going to be new. So let's get it open to see what is inside. Ooh, nearly. Now I'm pretty sure the series is plants and birds, so let's get it open. And as we come to expect with all Miniverse, we get our safety guides. We get our collector's guide. In this first bag, we get these feet to put in the stand, tweezers and a cute little trowel. In the other bag, we get our indoor mix soil mix. And then we've also got this cute pot that's sort of got a basket kind of text to it. It does have this little cardboard label which says Happy Grow Co. And there is just a plastic pot inside it. And then we get this rather luscious looking plant. The plant comes in this cute little newspaper and it has this sort of root stock going on at the bottom. So a quick look at the collector's guide. Got some flowers, I'd be happy with any of those. More flowers again, liking those. We then have these bird feeders and a bird house. Now I do have those too, but they were from a different series. They must have sort of merged series, because this is Home Series 1. I'm not sure what the other series was called that those came in. So we've got these little bird baths, that's cute. Again, I do have that orchid, but I like that one too. And of these plants, I own that one. Again, it was in that last series. This is the one we've got today, and it says it's a fiddle leaf fig. And then these are the final ones, which I do have that. But I like all of these. I like the pot on that one, that's cool. Now, I don't think we really need to see how to make this one, but just for reference, we put the soil in and put the plant in. I think we can handle that. So let's start putting some of the soil in first. Again, this is sort of like the kinetic sand stuff. So we'll put just a base layer in before we put our plant. We then put the plant in and just sort of hold it in place. And we're kind of just squidge all the soil round the edge. And I've patted that down nice and firmly so I can put it in the pot here. So that, nice and easy, nice and effective, like it, happy, would get more of that series, although I don't want the sort of duplicates of those couple that I already have. But I don't particularly dislike much in that series. Plants are always good. So next up we have our mini brands. Books capsule. So let's see what we're going to read. Right, so let's get this open. I do like the middle colour of this, sort of a turquoisey kind of colour, but I don't like that these don't open easily. Right, so let's see what's in the mini brands books capsule. So first up in this one, we get the mini bookshelf. After a while, if you open the book capsules, you get a lot of shelves. More books would probably be appreciated. But in our first bag, we get a red bookmark, a magnifying glass, and Cat Kid Comic Club by Dave Pilkey. It is a hardback book, which is nice. And we can open it. And inside there are some illustrations. However, this one's a bit blank in the middle. They're not even pretending. I mean, they could have just put that on repeat throughout it, rather than just leaving it blank. But it's okay if you're putting it on the shelf, you don't know whether it's got words inside or not. In our next bag, we get this Goosebumps book, Deep Trouble by R.L. Stine. This one's just paperback, and it is a very thin book. But on the first page, we've got readable text. It's tiny, but it is readable. And then the rest of the book, it's unreadable, but at least it does look like it's written on. Our final book is... It's The Babysitter's Club by Anne M. Martin. Again, another paperback, quite thin, so it looks like we've got 3 children's books in this capsule. And there's our readable page, and then the non-readables. So I guess we're getting stocked up. Should we do a children's room? I think I'd have rather grown-up books because I have a lot of Barbies and not, like, Chelsea's. But it's fine, clutter on the shelf, we don't have to look close up as to what the titles are. Something certainly not for the Chelsea dolls, it is Miniverse Make It Mini Happy Hour. We're 21 plus adults only here. Now, I have only opened one of these, so it'd be very disappointing to get a duplicate. And I did get the one I wanted when I opened that first capsule ever. And look how beautiful that is. But these are on offer on Amazon, and I thought I'd just grab another one. You know, just see what I got. So in our fancy rose gold capsule, we have 2 coasters. So definitely different from what I got last time, which was the cool octopus. This one here, the tequila shots octopus. But again, like I said, definitely different because we have some tumblers, which look like this. Right, so in this bag, we get straws, tongs, and feet for the capsule that go in like that. We have a tray that's sort of a grey and white mix. In here is, okay, some sort of like, is it meant to be like an ice bucket? In this bag, we have our resin that says it's a Paloma cocktail. And final bag, we do have ice, and we have quite a cute little jar of, I'm gonna say, orange slices. So this one is the Paloma. To make our Paloma, we add a mixture of ice and resin. We make little cuts in the, like I said, I'm assuming they're orange slices. I can't say I know much about cocktails. We then put the straw in, we mustn't forget that, because I often do. Put the slice on, set it. We do put ice, so it is an ice bucket. And then we have our drinks. Okay, so let's pour a little ice into these glasses. Don't know how much we really want. I don't know how much of an ice drink it is. Is that too much? That might have been too much. Let's see how much goes into the bucket, and then we'll make choices if we want to put more from the glasses into this bucket. I don't really know the point of the bucket. Okay, I think I'm happy with that amount of ice. That's a good amount, because I'm assuming it's an icy drink. Right, and then we are going to pour the resin in. And we'll just sort of do a bit at a time to make sure they end up even. Because I don't want to run out of resin and one be full and one not. Just gloop it in. I don't know if you can see my sort of hand shaking as I squeeze. They're just so solid, these bottles. I mean, this one actually isn't too bad, but they're quite solid. Right, and I think I'm going to use the straw to help sort of mix it so it does go throughout the ice. I don't want it just to be all sitting on top of the ice. And just do the same for this one. Just make sure it's sort of all through the ice. You know, I actually just looked, and apparently grapefruit. I looked what a Paloma cocktail is, it's grapefruit. These aren't printed the best. I mean, look at that one. Well, that's really dodgy. We'll pick the 2 that kind of look slightly better before we cut. Right, and I'm hoping that it will, okay, yeah. That did cut quite easily. So we'll just take a little wedge out of it, and we will attach that to the edge. Okay, and now we've got our slice on. We are going to set them under UV lighting. Right, and there they are all set. So we have the decoration with the plant, we've got some reading material, we have drinks. Let's get something to eat. So we've got mini burrs, make it mini from scratch. Now with these ones, I think it's 3 I've opened 4, either 3 or 4. So there is a chance we might get a duplicate, but fingers crossed, we want to stick on originals. Right, so I just remembered I probably should have started with this one because these have long drying times. But oh well, we'll see what we do. Okay, so something new please. And first up we get this gold colour cooling tray. In here it is tweezers and a rolling pin, and I'm feeling this seems familiar. In here we have lemon ice, and it comes with a nozzle. We have a bag of cookie dough and brown butter dough, this mat, a table, and in here, yeah, I kind of feel we've been here before. However, this time we've got this one. Last time we got that one. And I didn't like it because the pink looked particularly unreal, but it's still, this stuff that it's made of doesn't look very biscuity. I literally would have been happy with any of the others. I mean, slightly less so the cats, but even then at least it's different. It's cats, not suns. But that one was my least favourite because it just didn't look that great. We will make them, but we will not enjoy it. So we start proceedings by mixing our slightly wet doughs together. Not sure why they have to be mixed together. Is it just to give you something to do, or do they have slightly different things in them? And it's sort of like, is it called for Warhammer green stuff? I think there's like a yellow and blue, and you mix, and then you've got a short amount of time before it goes really solid, like to add to your models. Yeah, so I'm wondering if there's something between them that sort of activates when you mix it. Or it literally is just to give you something to do. So we are mixed, we put it on the table, and we will use the little rolling pin to get it flatter. And once rolled out, we just put our cutter in so that we try and get 6. And my thing, it's got quite fluffy. Try and do it in a sort of dust-free area. And then we just kind of have to try and pull away all the excess. And then once we get to that stage, we use our little base stamps to just indent faces into all of these. Now we leave it for 15 minutes. Really should have started with this one. While waiting, let's open some more books. I was going to say, will this open any better, but it's literally already just snapped. Come on. Yeah. Can't say I'm holding out hope for this layer. Oh, nearly. Okay, so let's see what books we have in here. So our first bag obviously contains the shelf, which I don't think we need to make another one because we've got plenty of room on the first shelf. So instead, let's crack on with book number 1. Okay, it's not a kid's book. It is The Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith. The Fury and Dark Reunion. So possibly, is this more like young adult or is it adult? So we have our written page, pretend writing pages. I mean, this is a chunkier book though, so we know we're not in kid territory anymore. Right, so our next book is, we have Stranger Things, Darkness on the Edge of Town by Adam Christopher. Again, not a kid's book. I'm good. I'm glad we are getting... We've had kids book, hopefully we're going to have 3 through 3 of non-kids books. So, let's put this one on the shelf. And let's see what's in our final bag. We have our magnifying glass, a bookmark, which is kind of cool because it's got like a map on it. But we've now got a duplicate book. Our hardback was Cat Kid Comic Club. Oh well, we tried. So once these have had their 15 minutes on here, transfer them to here and give them another 15 minutes. So while waiting longer, we're going to open my favourite capsule, a fashion one, and there's a good chance this will be a duplicate, but I like the fashion capsules. As long as it's a good duplicate, I'm okay with that. Fingers crossed, we want something good. Why has it done that, like split there? I do like to buy these when they go on offer on Amazon. Ugh. So, something good. It's quite a light capsule, this. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Let's start with what I think is the bag. So, we've got a very red bag here. I cannot remember if I've got this or not. I probably have a red bag, I think. So, let's just take the padding out. This chain's a bit sort of magnetised inside. There we go. So, nice. It's nicely like lined in red inside. That's cool. And you can probably see sort of, that's where the magnet is. So, magnetic closing. We've got a gold metal colour sort of MF logo here. Got a nice long chain in gold. But let's see what accessories we get. We're doing well. It's not a duplicate. We've got these awesome red boots. Look how cool these are. They do have a tiny little toggle, which can sort of make it, I say make it tighter because there's nothing actually to sort of hold it in place. And you could probably always remove that if you didn't want this random like thread about the place. But otherwise, I think they're cool, that they were on my list of wants. We do also then get this pair of sunglasses, and I love the mini fashions because they're hinged. Like, it's that little tiny little bit of realism extra that's cool. And we've got the sort of mini fashion logo there. Those are cool. And the final accessory is this little lip gloss, which does come out So that is pretty adorable. And we're going to use our doll from last week to be our model. Not sure the reds quite go, but we'll work with it. So the glasses fit perfectly on her. They're the right sort of width for her head. The lip gloss, again, actually works pretty well. It's sort of the right sort of size for her lips. The bag here, nice little size. Again, like I said, I'm not sure the reds quite match, but it's okay. We're going red here. And finally with the boots, stay on. They're not sort of coming off. And they fit perfectly okay. It is a little bit bulky, this bit here, sort of to make it go on. Like, I'm wondering if it's kind of making it a bit awkward how it goes on her. But it's alright. Like I said, it probably actually helps it stay on, if anything. And now these have had all their time that they needed, we can put some of the icing on. So, essentially we are just gonna blob kind of gloopy bit in the middle, and then we'll put one on top to squeeze them together, and then we've got our filling. And then we have our 3, and that needs to be left to set for a while, but that's fine. I don't think we need to do that on the camera, we can do that afterwards. Okay, so there we go, we've opened some random capsules I've had lying about, and we've got ourselves quite a few new bits. We have a nice new plant, we have some cocktails, we've got some meh cookies, we have some new books to read, and we have new accessories. I feel we have been successful here. Personally, I think my favourite was the plant. Most usable out of all of these items, but we got some good bits. Maybe not those, but I'm glad to have got these opened. Do let me know though which of these items you thought was the best. And if you like this video, please do hit the thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos, do subscribe. I promise we're going to get onto some craft. Like I said, March when I have more free time, we're going for it. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.